Hey guys, it's Gerard. Welcome back. Just wanted to give you a quick tutorial on how to use the two main features of why we switched over to Google from our previous web host as we dealt with email and all of the things that go along with it, and that's Google Drive and Google Docs. So I'm going to open a new Google Chrome window, and once again in that top right hand corner is where we can get to all of our apps. And I'm going to start by going to Google Drive. So Google Drive, the best way to describe it is it's an online flash drive. It's very, very similar to Dropbox. The nice part about Google Drive is that we automatically get 30 gigabytes of storage for each account that we have on Google. So each of you with your email address have a 30 gigabyte flash drive that you can access from anywhere. There's an unbelievably excellent app for your phone. So anything that I have in my Google Drive can be accessed from my phone wherever I go. And it makes for not only access to files very easy, but also sharing files becomes very, very easy. The functionality of it is very similar to Dropbox, where if I want to add anything to it, on the left-hand corner in the big blue box, I can click New, and it allows me to add a folder to organize things, or it allows me to upload files or upload folders. It's very, very easy to organize. Once it's here, you can drag and drop. The nice part about it is once you've already got stuff in here, is you can quickly share it with anybody you want, anybody that has an email address, basically. So let's say that I've got this new stuff for Core that I want Jason to look at. So I can share it with Jason. I can just type in the beginning of his name and it'll populate based on my address book. And it will also allow me to give access or just allow him to view it. If I want to share with people, but I don't want anybody to make changes, I can just give them view-only access. The other option is I have this advanced tab where it allows me to really edit what I can do in regards to the sharing. With this change box, I can change it to anybody in Tower Hill who has the link, anybody who has a Tower Hill Church email address, anybody who has the link in general, or I can just post it on the web. So I'm allowed to do pretty much anything with the file once I have it here. And it gives us full control over who's sharing, and it also allows us to notify them as we're sharing it to them. We can add a message and explain, hey, this is all the new stuff for Core for the summer and going forward. So it allows me to really specify that as we go through. Now, within Google Drive, it allows us to add various different things, which I'll talk about as we move on in later videos. But the big key here is that you've got docs, sheets, slides, and then there's all these other things, sites, maps, drawings, forms, all are phenomenal stuff. But within this, docs, sheets, and slides are supposed to be free versions of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. I'll be the first to tell you that they are not as powerful as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, but they're free. So it's one of those situations where I would say 90% to 95% of the functionality of Word, PowerPoint, and Excel are in these. It's just those very, very, very specific features to Microsoft that don't exist. But the nice part about them is since they are online applications, they're constantly being updated to look more and more like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So if I just click on blank document, it's going to create a Google Doc, and that takes me to Google Docs. Okay, if I wanted to get to the main page for Google Docs, I could also click my matrix and go to Docs, and it brings you to a landing page where it shows you templates very similar to what you'd have in Microsoft Word. Also, recent documents. These are all things that I've opened in other accounts. But it allows us to function very, very similar to our Microsoft Word launch page. So now I've got this untitled document, and it should look very familiar to what Microsoft Word looks like. The functionality for a lot of the tools are different, are very similar, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time with that. There are a couple things I do want to showcase to you. First thing is I'm just going to call this test document. Okay. Now, if you notice in the middle, it says saving, and now it says all changes saved in Drive. This is the biggest feature for me when it comes to working with Google Docs over working with Microsoft Word. Everything that you change will be saved as you go. So now let's say I start making a bunch of typing. I'm just putting a bunch of text in. As it's working, it's telling me it's saving. What this does is every single change that's made, it tracks. So it shows me at 9:33 I created the document. At 9:34, I added text. So if, let's say, I didn't like what I did, I can restore what I originally had, and it brings me back to that original document. So it allows me to revert back as I go instead of just saving over itself every time. Every time you click save in Microsoft Office, the old changes are gone unless you did a save as. So here it gives us some flexibility. The other nice part is that it saves everything as you go, so you don't ever have to worry about losing a document. Everything's saved in the cloud, so you never lose what you've been working on due to your power going out, your computer dying, anything like that, losing internet connection. All of it is saved as you go. The other nice part is that you can work on it on the go. If you have the Google Docs app, you can open up this document and type right as you were sitting at a computer. So the other features that I want to point out with Docs are this sharing feature. So what I can do is I can share this document, and I'm going to share it just with my other email account. So I'm going to open this and I'm going to share it with my school account, and this is a test. Okay, so that's sent. And I know that I'm sending it outside of our organization, and that's okay. I'm still going to send it as we go. So here's my test document. This is my Google Drive for my school. And as you can see, there's a lot of information, a lot of stuff I've saved in here. But under this Shared With Me tab, it shows me anything that was given to me. So here's my document. It showcases that the last edit was made by me, my other account, 2 minutes ago. And it shows that I'm also in the document. So within this, I can see who else is working on the document. And the crazy part is if I start testing this and saying this is a great idea, if I go back to the document that I was working on in my Tower Hill account, it already populated. So now I've got 2 different pictures of myself so you can see the difference. But we can work on this together as we're going, meaning I can make edits with another person and we could all be working on the document in real time. It also showcases that we can see who's made what changes. So we can see that, Gerard Marone from my school account made this change on 9:36. All the rest of it was done based on my Tower Hill account. So this feature is phenomenal when it comes to working on teams. Let's say that you're working with your specific team. We all have, a bunch of different teams that we work with. We can have all of us, instead of saving multiple versions and emailing back and forth all these different documents and trying to keep track of what these documents are, we can all be in one document at the same time making edits in real time. It allows us to see who's making what changes. It even allows you to be able to make a quick comment if you needed to within this document. So it allows us to do a lot of different things, which is a great feature for all the collaboration that we do and how much of that collaboration is off-site. The other piece that we can do is make comments. So let's say I liked this. I agree. That will leave a comment on the document for everybody. So now you can see I've made that comment to myself, and it allows me to see and make changes as we go. Now, the other part that's different in regards to documents in Google Docs versus Microsoft Word is it has all of these different add-ons. These can be as useful as you want, or you can completely ignore them. Add-ons, they have all these different things that are out there. They have templates that are out there, clip art, math, which I use all the time at school, thesaurus, there's charts, there's so many different add-ons, and they're all free. And they're constantly being updated. There are so many more add-ons now than there were a couple months ago, and they just continue to grow in their amount of add-ons. So that's a great feature. So just to recap, when you get to your drive, it gives you the ability to add a new document, and the new document functions just like it would in Microsoft Word, with the exception of 2 things. One is that it saves all of your work as you work, so you'll never lose a document. And you can also share and collaboratively work at the same time. You can have as many people as you want all typing in the document at the same time in real time, and no one has to leave where they are. We don't have to have a meeting to make this happen, nor do we have to email a bunch of different documents back and forth. Now, if you want this document and you want to use it in Microsoft Word, say somebody doesn't have Google Docs for whatever reason, If you go to the File and Download As, it gives you the ability to download it as a regular Microsoft Word document. Okay, it would download and it would open in Word just like it would with any other document. Okay, I can enable editing, and now I'm into Microsoft Word without any issues. So it does function very similar to Microsoft, only it's free. It's all stored in the cloud, so you never lose any of your work, and it's a collaboration piece that's so crucial, especially for us as a church. So I hope this helps. I'm going to hopefully do tutorials on all of the other Google Suite products, but I wanted to give you just a little bit of a taste as we gear up for starting to use Google Docs, and hopefully this becomes a huge tool for your ministry that can save time, can save a lot of effort, and also make things just a lot smoother. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I hope you have a great day.